I played 100 hours of Runescape Dragonwilds. Would I play it again? Here are my thoughts. The world is visually stunning, it's immersive, and each section of the map is quite big with plenty of resources. And while playing, I didn't really experience that much lag, maybe only a handful of times. So for visual aesthetics, I'm going to rate it an 8, and performance a 7.5. Story progression is pretty poorly done. There are a couple of interactions with the wizard and some books containing lore, which in all honesty, not many of us actually read. What I would have liked to have seen is small cutscenes that show the story as we progress. I'm rating story progression a 5 out of 10. The story was there, but it could have been done better. There were quite a few times where I couldn't figure out how to do something, or simply didn't know it was even available. Boiling dirty water to get clean water, repairing items in the crafting bench, finding recipes for armor in vaults, or simply finding iron ore. Yes, eventually I stumbled across ways to complete these tasks, but I do think they could have added mini quests to help new players figure out these kinds of things. For example, an early game quest to repair an item at the crafting bench. Or maybe we stumble across someone who is passed out and needs a clean drink of water. Personally, I think this wouldn't just help new players, but would also add more depth to the game. On the topic of quests, there aren't very many, and they're not worth doing. Keeping in mind that I haven't looked at Fell Hollow yet, I only stumbled across 3 side quests. One was to look for ghosts, one was to find goblin camps, and one was to investigate Garu camps, all of which did not interest me in the slightest and offered me no reason to actually do them. What do I have to gain? Nothing. The thing is, I actually love side quests, and I would have loved to have seen something more interesting and unique. Imagine we stumble across a heartbroken goblin, and he asks us to deliver a poorly written letter to his forbidden lover, and then we're rewarded with like a new recipe for a hearty soup, or a spell that temporarily makes a goblin fall in love and fight to protect us. These are the types of side quests that players actually enjoy and are worth doing. Can someone tell me why there's such an extreme jump from Goblin Warriors to Garu? I spent hours upgrading my gear to bronze, only to continue to get wasted by them. The thing is, I could definitely fight one at a time, but with a group of 2 or 3, I didn't stand a chance. I don't really know what else to say other than it felt a little bit off-balanced. Maybe they could mix Goblin and Garu so that it's 2 Goblin plus a Garu, then we might have a fighting chance. Or maybe they could implement a way for us to persuade goblins to become our followers like little sidekicks who can fight with us. I'll be honest, playing solo does get a little bit lonely, and it'd be pretty cool to have a little sidekick. So considering the lack of quests and the unbalanced fighting, I'm going to rate playability a 6 out of 10. Farming was introduced in the new update, and honestly, I don't see much use in it. Basically, you can grow the same things that you harvest out in the world, and personally, I found that just going out and getting the items I needed was way faster and way more efficient. Plus the seed drops were really low, and when growing crops, some of them will continue to grow once they've been harvested, and others you need to replant every time, which means you need a lot of seeds. I was hoping we'd be able to have chicken coops, to be able to breed sheep and milk the cows, but I was severely disappointed when I found out that their version of farming was only growing crops. I'm not gonna lie, I was really excited for the farming update, and it was actually a huge letdown, so I'm gonna rate farming a 3 out of 10. Mounts were also added in the new update, but they are unfortunately locked behind the region of Fell Hollow. Also, why did they have to make it the stupid dodo? Like, give each region a mount that can be obtained through a quest and make them some dope-ass magical creation. This is a game about dragons. Give us dragon eggs and let us raise mini dragons as mounts. Recycling content already in the game is a great way to lose players. Mounts, I'm sorry, you're getting a 2 out of 10. I don't want to be riding a dodo. Okay, so here's the thing. I am big on building. I love it, and this game absolutely nailed it. From the building pieces to the spell that takes you into the special building mode, it's perfect. There was only one thing that hindered my building experience, which is when I unlocked the tier 2 building items. I couldn't make the materials I needed to actually use these building pieces. So I ended up building my second base out of tier 1 stuff, only to unlock the grinder directly after completing my build. I was super annoyed and I couldn't understand why there wasn't a prompt to unlock the grinder when I unlocked the tier 2 stuff. Anyway, once I saw this amazing building UI, I figured we'd be getting some sick decoration pieces. But honestly, most of it was pretty mid. There definitely wasn't enough to decorate my build and make it the cozy medieval home that I wanted. So for building, I'm going to rate you an 8.5 out of 10. It would have been a 9.5 had there been some more decoration pieces to add into builds. Okay, so final thoughts. I really enjoyed this game, despite all of the stuff that I just said about the improvements that they need to make. I love survival games, it's right up my alley, the visuals were beautiful, everything about this game, like the music, the scenery, I loved all of that so much. Would I play it again? Absolutely. Probably every year or every couple of years. My overall rating would be a 6 out of 10, but there is so much room for improvement, and I'm really excited to see what's to come. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!